Yeah, the grace is sufficient.
Now that people are threatening to reveal sensitive information, do you have anything at Nacoc that nobody knows that you like to tell us? Anyway, nice to have you on the line. And that's the question, the complex question, the question of, is Atta Akyea helping his clients or complicating the matter?
Well, good morning to your listeners. I think the viewers also, those watching you on social media. One simplest advice I can give to Boahen is that one of the things any client has is the right to change your lawyers. I will especially advise him to change his lawyers. If there are those who are not advising him properly, he should change his lawyers. Because you see, if you can't threaten that, if you push me, I will also disclose certain classified information. Except you are saying that you didn't know the implications of that when you were occupying that office. The two laws, the Act 1030 and Act 1040, will all implicate you if you go on that tangent. So you already have a cross to carry, something that's around your neck that you are unable to bring it down. If you want to add more load to yourself, that is your own problem. Because I'm wondering what you think you are going to achieve. You think that one will stampede or become an impediment for that on the Honorable Attorney General to stop him from taking actions against you or to drop his charges against you? You are joking. So I don't know who is telling him or who is advising him to toe that line that he's even towing. Or if you think that one will put fear on government or it's a means of intimidating government to stop him from, or to stop government from prosecuting you, I think you are deceiving yourself. So you should know better. Because if you dare do that, charges for breach of secrecy is a felony charge. Violating any state confidentiality laws is something that can end you in prison, or heavy fine, or even both. Okay, and then if you also intend, or if you have any thought of obstructing national security operations by revealing, classified or sensitive, intelligence issues for cases, you are also subject to the law for criminal negligence and many others. So, well, like I said, it's only when you want to add more to your cross or more load to your problems, then you can go ahead and do whatever you want to do. If not that, well, he should advise himself, or the lawyer should advise him better. And even my own Atta Akyea knows very well that one of the serious principles of the legal profession or ethics of the legal profession is the rule of confidentiality, which even the lawyers, you will never be allowed to break that rule. It can lead to you even losing your license. The rule of confidentiality. So how much more a whole country's confidential principle or secrecy, and you said you want to breach it because of what? Because you're under prosecution for your kind of negligence or reckless attitude that you put up there. You can try it and see what is going to happen next time.
So as far as your concern is just adding more crosses to the ones you are carrying now.
Oh, of course. The law is clear. So if you try that, they will take you on. So now we even way back from the years ago that we left the service, having served at national security, having sworn oath. That oath, even where you live, you are still bound by it. That is the principle. Even where you are no more, you are still bound by those rules. You are still bound by those rules. How much more you, a whole boss of a national security agency, and you think you can use it to intimidate government? Go ahead. Because for you, you know the implications. So you can start it and see where it will end.
And shouldn't we be also worried that someone who led a spy agency on behalf of the state is threatening to put out this information?
Sorry?
Shouldn't we be worried that someone like him is threatening to put out information that he acquired using the capacity of the state?
No, you see, it's worrying, but you see, it's a medium that he thinks he can use to evade prosecution or to evade accountability. But my brother, it will not work. Because this will not push the Attorney General to drop the charges that he has put up against you. He will not drop them. And like I said, if there were no implications, then they may be coiled into their cells and then call you aside and then try to maybe have some kind of negotiation with you. But once there are implications around it, let's even take it on the face that, nobody, maybe you have not even committed any offense. And the only thing that you have done was to have gone to, disclose certain classified news or sensitive information, which you are not supposed to disclose to someone. That alone can take you on by the law. That alone can put you in trouble. How much more you being in trouble already, and you still want to add more woes to your problems? If your lawyer cannot tell you the implications of this, or except that maybe you know that definitely I'm going to be jailed. So if I'm going to be jailed, then I want to be jailed more. Well, that one too is fine. That one too is fine. But the fact remains that whatever you will say, it will not, bring the country down. Yes, one may say that, it may have some kind of consequences, but the consequences, no matter what, can be managed and will be managed, though. But your situation will not be managed. Your situation will not be managed.
What do you think the strategy is here? Because I usually, the understanding is that when you are representing a client in a difficult situation, most of the times you go with a strategy, a plan as to how to try to disentangle him from the difficulties. What do you think the strategy is here?
So the strategy by his lawyers or by him?
The strategy that he and his lawyers are trying to deploy here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That they are trying to be basically. They are trying to use that as a means to. It's some kind of gambling or legal gambling, as one may say. That he's trying to do this so that maybe it can. If you hear that and maybe you don't know what kind of information he's going to put out there, it may force you to then say, okay, for the security of the city or whatever, let's maybe let this guy go away. But the point is, then in that case, every other person will commit an offense and tend to have serious information that I can disclose which will go against the state. So in that case, when anybody starts saying those things, then you have compelled or whatever to serve his matter. Personally, this cannot be the case. This can't be the case. The point is, have you committed any of the offenses that the AG has charged you with? If you have, it is on you to accept guilty or to plead guilty as early as possible, to stop wasting the time of the court to go through a long trial with you and then get some kind of reasonable sentence by your lawyers pleading with the court for maybe some kind of mitigation. Maybe you may even be a first offender. Your lawyers, by plea of mitigation, can go through all those mediums and get you some kind of maybe a lesser sentence in one way or the other by putting up other convincing factors to the court. But if you are not going through that tangent, rather you think you are, I don't know whether you are threatening or you are putting some kind of fear in government or in the authority that, if you do this to me, I also do this to you. You are just gambling with your own life. But I can assure you that you will not succeed. Because if the Attorney General is able to prove his case beyond reasonable doubt in court, that's why I said that anything that you may say can be managed. The state has the means to manage anything that you will say, no matter how deep the thing is. But the point is, they will not manage your situation.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much for speaking to us this morning.
Thank you, Tana.
Well, I want to chew on Lawyer Alexander Twum Barimah, Deputy Director General, Narcotics Control Commission. I want to think about, he says, no matter what you say, it will be managed, but your situation will never be managed. But it's quite worrying. Where did they find him from?